Okay, so loading black powder really isn't that tough. You're basically replacing the smokeless powder with black powder. It's more traditional. One of the things with black powder, you have to wash the black powder residue off. I throw all my empties in a jug with a little bit of dish soap and hot water and shake them up really good and rinse them a bunch of times. Then when they dry, I throw them in a tumbler and it cleans them up good enough. Then you resize them, prime them, and swell the mouth so that your bullet will slip in. It's a square mouth case, so your bullet will slip in good. This is a Lyman mold it can be anywhere between 500 grains and 520 grains, depending on the mix, lead mix. A 20-to-1 lead mix will make it about 520 grains. Anyway, this one here is about 518 grains. So it's working pretty good. I measured it out. The biggest thing to pouring your black powder, this is all swelled, it's ready to go. Biggest thing about pouring your black powder is running it through a drop tube. And the reason for that is this is a 4590 and a 90 grains of 2F or 3F will not fit in here into that case, because when they made the case and they labeled the case, they had these balloon case brass, and apparently they held more powder than these newer ones that we use now. The newer ones that we use now are safer. Anyway, I've got 80 grains. I've measured it out in my measure here. I'm going to run it through this dump tube slowly. If I was to just dump this in here, I wouldn't be able to fit and push this bullet all the way down to the top ring. It would be too full of powder. And I also want to put a wad in there to protect the base of the bullet. If I pour it through here, through this dump tube, and I do it quickly, it'll almost do the same thing. But if I trickle it down this dump tube in a slower manner, it'll almost place each grain of powder. It'll stack it up in there, and then I usually just give it a tap like that, put on my paper. That's an 030 thickness wad, and then this thing should be set up. I'm going to close it right up and it will compact it, and I like it to compact between a 1/16 and 3/32 of an inch, compact the powder. And there we have it. And the last thing that I do, because the lube is all over these bullets, I just wipe them down a little so it'll slide right into the gun. 4590. And keep records of what you're doing. I have a little book here, and I don't have to test these because I have notes here. And 80 grains of this 3F Graf & Sons, the 520 grain bullet, I'm getting somewhere close to 1,500 feet a second out of this guy. So that's pretty good. So if you're shooting these Sharps rifles and you're using smokeless powder, come on over to the dark side. That's what these were meant to shoot, and they're really a lot of fun. Stay tuned next time for Morelli's Tactical Advantage. As you can see, Tactical Advantage doesn't mean black rifles, machine guns, and fire and flamethrowers and shit. It's whatever you can do to increase your efficiency with whatever weapon you're using, whether it be a Sharps rifle, a muzzleloader rifle, a pistol, whatever you're using. Tactical means making it work. So we'll see you next time.